Hello, welcome back to Sci-Fi Quest. Um, so the other week, Foundation started season two. So I thought I would do a reaction to Foundation season two, episode one and episode two. Um, this will I'll release the second episode on the same day. So if you want to see more, join me then. And yeah. If you like my content, please hit that thumbs up, click the subscription, and yeah, hopefully you like my content and want to see more. And if you do, click that bell icon and select all so you don't miss out. Now, season one, I was tempted to go back and do season one as well, but to be honest, I found it so boring that I'm kind of hoping that season two will be an improvement. I mean, there's not a lot they need to do to improve it. I mean, it does look really, really good because they threw the money at the show, and yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll just go. Camera keeps moving for some reason. I have adjusted it. I've put it in a different position, so so now directly in front of me I have my monitor and the camera. The monitor is directly above it. It's not technically a monitor. It's a 32-inch TV, which I use as a monitor. I think it's good enough. At some point I will get some proper monitors. But I'm going to wait until I get a much better computer system for that, because I've got a really, I'd say low range setup. It is a refurbished office computer that has been uprated for gaming. It works. I mean, you've seen me playing Star Wars: The Old Republic on this. But yeah, right. So that's enough of that. So here we go. So it is Foundation season two, episode one. I don't know what the name of the episode is, but I will look it up. And here we go. Now we're almost 15 minutes into this episode, and so far it's not really interesting to me. I'll carry on watching it, but I mean, from season one, I remember this place was quite a primitive place, and the fact that they got a transparent canoe is very current time. Why why can't they have a more futuristic looking canoe? Or if that, I mean, I don't think they actually had those transparent canoes when she lived there in season one. So that must have come from the ship, possibly, which is interesting because if a ship is going to crash in water, would it not make sense to have inflatable ones? I'm not saying like it doesn't have to be an inflatable life raft or anything like that. Just an inflatable canoe would make more sense than having that transparent canoe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I like this show. Season one was okay, but it was really boring in lots of places. It's not the only show that I've done a reaction to or review to that is boring. But I mean, I know Apple TV, they can throw money at stuff and they're not going to have to worry about it. They're not like Paramount or Disney or anything like that. I mean, they can throw money everywhere they want to. But I just don't think that Foundation is a great concept, if that makes sense. I know it's a futuristic, galaxy-wide civilization, or multiple civilizations, or whatever, but I don't know. Um, it could get better. I mean, it started out with a fight, but you know, it's not realistic. It wasn't a realistic fight. I mean, Empire. I can't even remember the other name he goes by, but Empire was attacked by assassins, and you know, whilst he was having sex with a robot mind, um, and when he saw the attacker, he literally spun around, and the attacker cut half of her head off. I mean, granted, she's a robot, and he knows that, or a cyborg, or whatever she's supposed to be. But you know, it's just it was. I thought he was supposed to care for her. So I mean, why would he want her to be damaged? It's just I don't know. And during the attack, when he was fighting back and killing the people, he was he was he was smiling, not like he enjoyed it, but he was being cocky, and that cockiness actually led to him being hurt. Which, okay, yeah, that's all right. That's acceptable. I mean, even a boxing match or any other fighting sports, you know, being cocky can lose you the match, or it can lose you the fight. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I like this show full stop, but it'll be interesting to know if they can draw me in. But to be honest, I'm more interested in the visual effects. The designs of the ships are interesting. The Imperial ships, they seem to be really ugly. But okay, it's fine. Um, but do I want to continue with these reviews, or do I want to carry on reviewing Babylon 5 episodes? I know I haven't uploaded for a couple of days, but you know, I just want to give some. Sorry, I can hear something that doesn't make sense. Hmm. Jets. Okay, never mind. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't know about this show. I really don't. Okay, so I forgot at the end of season one, almost said episode, and so I forgot at the end of episode of I said it again. At the end of season one, I forgot that it ended with them meeting 130 odd years later. So okay, that's okay, I guess. And obviously, Empire has been pushed back, and the Foundation has basically um, you know, been building up, and you know, it's basically like a rebellion. So okay, uh, I still don't know. So I know this is a spaceship that's quite advanced, but less advanced than Imperial ones. However, I don't understand how they think that they would be able to bring it back to life, bring it back to the surface. Um, if it's been underwater for so long, then would the water not have actually got into every single system? Even watertight seals, you know, don't seal forever, do they? So, um, be interesting to see how they do it and if it works. But you know, it's one of those things we've got. just another show that shows, women more powerful than men. So it's very woke-ish. I don't have a problem with that. I just have a problem when there's, you know, when it happens like they did with Star Wars. Okay, so judging from the ending of episode one of season two, it seems like it might be different. It's interesting how. I'll just check in and make sure that I changed that correctly. There we go. Just had to move it. I can't be 100% sure, but I think season two is going to be way better than season one. Because season one, I think, was all over the place. I mean, it was telling stories from different times. And now that when it was doing that, it was shifting around so much. It was just driving me crazy. Um, how complicated it was. I don't like these complicated episodes or shows. So I mean, it's hard to explain because as it was shifting around all over the place, different times, it was confusing as well as boring. It's difficult, very difficult to make sense of what was going on because too much was happening at once. If I'm remembering correctly, almost every episode you had something happening in the past and something happening in the present, and it was absolutely insane. Um, just the way that it was difficult to follow the story. It's kind of like Silo. It's a slow burn. Except the problem was in season one that it did not end the slow burn. But now with season two, with two of the major characters together, it seems that there's no shifting between time frames. So now that it's all happening at the same time and it's not shifting around so much, I think it's going to be a lot better. But I mean, how complicated would it be if you had a son or a daughter and then went to sleep for God knows how many years and woke up and your child was older than you were when you went to sleep? I mean, that would be insane, right? I mean, how would you cope with that? I mean, you maybe you didn't even know you had a child like um like in this, and when you wake up, all of a sudden you've got a child and you had no idea. I mean, and that child's probably been dreaming about meeting you and getting to know you. It's his or she's entire life, his or her entire life, I should say, or their entire life. Yeah, go by modern day uh, references. um, but it's odd. I mean, how would you cope with it? I mean, I don't know how I would cope with it. I mean, I don't know how I would cope if I had a knock on the door right now and I had a son or a daughter. I mean, I don't know how I would handle that. Um, I would certainly be angry, but I wouldn't be angry at at my son or daughter. I would probably be angry at the mother or their mother, because I mean, not letting you know that you had a child and you never had anything to do with their life growing up. I mean, that would just be hurtful. And you know, I mean, I don't even know how would you make up for a lifetime of not being around for your child. It's just crazy. But okay, I mean, it wasn't a bad episode as I thought it was going to be. It was kind kind of boring, um, and there were parts of it that I wish weren't in it. But now I'm hoping that it's resolved. There was that point where Harry was inside that prime, whatever they call it. I can't remember what they call it. But it's just, I don't know. now that they're all in the same world and the same ship, the same time zone, it would, it's got to get better, right? Um, so we'll see how it goes. Sorry, it's early in the morning here. In the UK, it's like 20 past 5. I'm recording this in the morning, so it's, I'm actually surprised I haven't yawned more. Seeing as part of it was boring and uninteresting, to be honest. Well, anyway, guys, if you like this video, I know this is not a long one particularly. There's not a lot that I felt like talking about, to be honest. There's nothing. I mean, it's like some of my other reviews. I mean, I don't say a lot, or I go on a tangent about something completely unrelated. But if you liked it, if you like my content, guys, hit the thumbs up. Click the subscribe button. It doesn't cost a thing, and hit the notification bell. Select all so you don't miss any upcoming content if you want to see any more. And yeah, you can find me on. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter. You can find me on Patreon, Discord if you want to chat, and Rumble. So until next time, guys, live long and prosper. Take care.